Hi, it's the guy with the fresh trim again. But recently, I became my alter ego, the Argentinian assassin, and I took on Superman in a two-part showdown on the tennis court. That will be featured in the next video, but if you want to see a short preview clip, hang around, because we'll have that later in this video. Let's just wrap up the serve stance issue from the last video. Given how much importance I associate to rhythm, it's no surprise that my preferred stance is the platform stance, where both feet stay still during the setup phase of the serve. Pinpoint is also very popular and common at all levels, and the amount the back foot moves varies from player to player. Sometimes it will just be a little step like this, other times a big step that will see the back foot overtake the front foot. That movement of the back foot can only serve to disrupt the rhythm, so for Pinpoint, the smaller that movement is, the better. A little bit like Del Bonis's serve we saw in the last video. What about the pros then? It's true, most pros use Pinpoint, but the great champions of recent times have mostly used platform. Agassi, Sampras, Djokovic, Federer, Nadal being the only exception. Therefore, I believe the platform serve gives better rhythm and consequently better consistency, but it also gives power potential. We just have to look at Milos Raonic, who's the strongest server in the top 10 currently. He uses platform, as did Taylor Dent, who holds the record for the fastest serve ever served at Wimbledon, a 148-mile-an-hour bomb against Novak Djokovic in 2010. The answer is just 4 milliseconds. That is not a lot of time. Just imagine, you're sitting at the station on a cold morning and over the tannoy comes the announcement, "We regret to inform you that the 7:30 service from Reading will be delayed by 4 thousandths of a second." You'll be sitting there thinking, well, I can live with that. It's not the worst news, is it? Okay, the point is, this video is about topspin, and it's impossible to do anything with your arm and racket during the moment where the ball is touching the strings. 4 milliseconds is just too short amount of time for the brain to even register, let alone command the body to do a specific movement. So what is topspin? In this example, as we move these balls, the lower ball has topspin because it's spinning forwards. The higher ball has backspin. Due to physics, a top-spinning ball gets dragged down to the ground quicker, enabling more control, and that's the reason it's the best cure for hitting balls deep over the baseline. An added advantage is that a top-spinning ball kicks off the surface, bounces high, and keeps your opponent pushed back. We can see that demonstration right now. The topspin ball pushes on and goes forward, whereas the backspin ball doesn't go far at all.
Hi there, as you can see we're using the iCoach from video 2. You can also use this for topspin. As you can see, the ball is able to spin forwards, which means you can work on your topspin.
Rafael Nadal hits more topspin than any player in tennis history. I personally think he puts far too much topspin on the ball, but he is the master of topspin, so we better have a look at him in action.
Call me in the morning, you call me late night. Cold in my eyes, I ain't got no eyesight, but I can still pick up, talk until we hiccup. Come check you and choose pick up.
If I don't reach the time, start 69. No hesitating when you beat my phone waiting. No long talking, boo. Time is money, dollar sign.
So how do you hit topspin when you can't do anything whilst the ball is actually touching the strings? It's all in a swing path, which you can control during the moment your forward swing starts and contact with the ball. Firstly, the racket must be below the height of the ball and moving upwards at contact point. How steep that low to high swing path is can also determine how much spin. The steeper it is, the more spin you can put on, but the big factor is the speed of the racket. The faster the racket is moving, the more spin that will go on the ball. Let's have a look at some examples. Look out for the key features. Racket below the height of the ball, accelerating up through contact point. The key to Nadal's topspin is racket speed. Working on acceleration of the arm and racket is a key part of training in Spanish academies. Many Spanish players use this skill to add topspin and control to their ground strokes. And the backhand. Azarenka hits with less topspin, so her racket acceleration is used more for making power than spin, and her swing path is less steep. Del Bonis backhand. Finally, Cuevas forehand. Wow, the weather changes quickly around here. With topspin, a lot can be made of how the racket turns over during the swing. As you saw in the clips, this happens anything between not at all to quite extremely. It always happens after the ball is gone and is determined by the player and the type of shot they were trying to hit. Follow-throughs in tennis are a natural consequence of what happens before and during contact. So working on your follow-through on its own won't be nearly as productive as working on your forward swing before and during contact. If you are struggling to make topspin, then you may find that trying to initiate this turning over of the racket roughly during or just after contact, that may help you. Okay, I promised you a preview clip, didn't I?
Superman versus the Argentinian assassin.
How do I beat Superman?
Ah!
Gosh, Superman was a bit aggressive, wasn't he? Anyway, if you want to see our showdowns in full, you can see them on the next video.